Martha. You know, I've been dying to see you lately. I have so many questions that I was pondering to ask you. I hope you don't mind being nosy. I'm just wondering if you're able to still give birth to a child. I just ask you this because you're getting on in age. And of course, some women have such a small window to get pregnant in. I don't know, but aren't you past that prime age to give birth? I feel like it's definitely better when a woman is younger and more beautiful. From the looks of it, it seems like you're almost in your 50s, correct? That's so ancient. I can't believe how you haven't accomplished a really important goal in life.
No, you're far from guessing my age correctly, Nicola. I've only just turned 40. Do I really look that old? You're joking, right?
Huh? Oh my god, you're 40 already? In any case, it doesn't change the fact that you've definitely become an old, run-down hag. When you get to those ages, 40 and 50 are basically the same thing. It's gross.
No, I don't think that's true at all, Nicola. Do you really think making fun of me is going to get you anywhere in this conversation? You know, one day you're going to get old too, Nicola, okay? You're maybe still in your late 20s and feel young and possibly unstoppable. I get that. I used to be more like that. But, you know, everyone ages, and eventually you'll be on the same path as me. You know, you saying this all to me now isn't going to help your case once you start getting older. Someone might turn around and say the same thing as what you did to me.
Wow, this is so enlightening. Not. It's like I'm listening to a sermon done by a wrinkled old hag. It's embarrassing just to have to listen to your whining and moaning about age. There are things that older people aren't supposed to do anymore because of the fact they are in a certain age bracket. Do you actually understand that, Martha? You do realize that talking about memories, boasting and preaching to younger people are the 3 big no-nos, right? We don't need to hear that crap. Even though you preach your little speech to me, it's not going to resonate with me at all since I'm not, thankfully, in your age group.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about that, Nicola, but I think it never hurts to listen to what other people have to say every once in a while. It would help you out in life, a lot.
Are you kidding me with that? This is exactly what I mean. People like me, who are young and have their whole life ahead of them, don't need to be lectured about age, alright? I guess I just gave you some of my own advice. No preaching. There's nothing good about being an old woman who's also dumb. You should be glad that I'm taking charge of things. You don't understand how a young person like me feels, do you? It's because you're so old and wrinkly, and your life has wasted away.
Okay, I've had enough of these awful things you're saying. Is there any point in this conversation, Nicola? No matter what I say, you always throw it back in my face. So are you going to tell me why you're talking to me like this? What do you want from me this time, Nicola? You've obviously gone out of your way to contact me, so what is it?
Oh yes, of course. I knew there was a reason as to why I was wanting to message you. Actually, I've got a little announcement to share with you. I'm, in fact, going to have a baby. I just found out that I'm pregnant. Can you believe it? Me, Nicola, having a child. I knew there was a plus to having a younger body.
Whoa, what? You're pregnant? Oh, wow, well that's really exciting, Nicola. Congratulations. I can't believe you're going to be having a baby. That's crazy news to hear today.
I know, right? But yes, thank you very much for those kind words. Martha. Now that I'm pregnant, I'm going to be given a lot of congratulatory gifts and money. It's going to be great.
Oh, well, I should have guessed that's what you meant when you got so excited. I suppose you can celebrate with that, but also you're going to have a little newborn baby soon.
Yes, that is well. But I'm so glad I'm finally pregnant. Thank you very much for saying congratulations to me. My husband was also very happy about the news. So happy, in fact, that he told me that I can go ahead and tell everyone about it. We've just entered a really stable period in the pregnancy, so of course it was fine to announce it to everyone. But I was wondering the whole time if it was a good idea to report it to you, Martha. I was in 2 minds about telling you.
Huh? Why would you be in 2 minds about telling me when I'm your sister-in-law? What would it have been like if you just didn't tell me and I found out a different way?
Well, It would be awful to do that, no. But I also didn't just want to blurt it out and tell you since it might hurt your feelings to know my success. Think about it. My sister-in-law, who's in her 40s, and still hasn't been able to give birth to a single child. You'd get jealous so easily. But I think it would have been cute to tell you either way.
No, I think that you're overthinking it too much when it comes to my age. Just because I've hit a different milestone doesn't mean that I'm always thinking about how I haven't had a child. Anyways, enough about that. I think it's great that you're pregnant, so I wish you congratulations again on being healthy and able to carry a child. Okay?
Huh? You're actually really happy for me and not thinking about how you're missing out on having a baby? I don't know how you're not. It must be a little painful for you, right? Finding this out? You must understand your own situation, right? After all, a woman who can't bear a child is obviously broken. You're truly a defect when it comes to doing your duty for the human race.
Excuse me? What the heck did you just say to me, Nicola? Did you just turn around and call me a defect? Are you kidding me right now? Just hang on a minute. I can't let you get away with saying something so utterly horrible to me, all right? Do you not know how horrible it is to say something like that to another woman?
All right. I suppose you may be right about that. I actually do apologize to you profusely. My mouth wasn't connected to my brain just a minute ago, so it just sort of slipped out. But oh my God, I'm so relieved that I'm pregnant, and so I can relax and take it easy these next 7 months or so. I'm sure I'll think before I speak again, too. However, I do apologize for speaking the truth because that was all I wanted to do, Martha. I'm not going to lie if I don't need to.
Wow. Of course, you turn around and just say more horrible things to me. Just great, Nicola. I should have expected nothing less from you, to be honest. But I still think it's a good thing that you're happy that you're pregnant. It can take some women a while to get pregnant. It can be a long process. However, there is no need for you to look down on other people and their situations. Everyone lives life differently, and that's okay, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, just know that I don't really mean the things I say. They just slip out. But you know, I still feel so sorry for my mother right now. She has to deal with another old hag like yourself. All because he married an older woman, and now I have an old hag as a sister-in-law. I can't help what I say to you. I guess from now on you won't be able to have children.
Well, I'll have you know that we both knew that when it came to us dating at the start of our relationship, and also when we got married, so that's why I expect to not have kids.
Wow, are you kidding me? That's absolutely insane of you to say. What a waste of a life if you don't have kids to raise. I guess you'll never experience the joys of having a child. That would be an incredibly impossible life for me to live. I would not want to be on this earth if it happened to me. It's definitely impossible. How can anyone live like this? It's insane.
Even though you say that to me, it's not something we can do on our own. We really have thought about it, and we're fine not having children.
Oh, if only he had married a younger woman. Then maybe my mother would have had a chance to have a child. You know how I feel so sorry for him the most?
Huh? Well, now I know how you feel about my marriage to your brother. I get it, Nicola. Why would you say these sorts of things to me? Don't you think before you speak?
Well, there were more women hanging out with him too, you know. If only he chose to date one of the other women, he wouldn't be in this situation. I feel like he would have had a better shot at life if you weren't with him. You know, it's okay for you not to be with my brother.
Yeah, and I know what you're saying is simply not true. I married your brother because I felt like we were a good match and that we were destined to be together. Besides, I'm too old to go on dates with other men and wouldn't want to anyways. I've got my own life and I can do what I want with it, Nicola.
But that's what I mean, Martha. You're just going to be alone for the rest of your life. Actually, my dear sister-in-law, I've got a question for you. I've actually become very curious, and I wanted to ask this question for a very long time. Have you ever been in a relationship with a foreigner? Well,
what the heck is with that question, Nicola? Where did this come from? Since when were we talking about foreigners? Why this topic all of a sudden?
I heard that the other day my mother held a party, and that you turned around and didn't want to participate. Is that correct? Were you hiding away with your secret lover? Was it some mysterious guy who speaks Spanish or something? Or were you off somewhere fixing his poor communication skills?
Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Well, I haven't really interacted with a lot of foreigners, so I didn't go to the party, no. I don't know, I haven't thought about it a lot.
As to be expected from you, you don't think much. Isn't it better to take on the challenge of meeting new people? It's a bit lame to have no experience at your age.
I don't think so. I'm just a shy person, Nicola. What are you talking about? I'm already married, so I've got no interest in meeting other men.
Huh? Are you sure about that? You're not tempted to be with another man? Not even a foreigner? Someone who can swoon you with their language or something? All you've got to do is get just divorced once, and then you've got all the freedom in the world to meet up with some hot foreigners, okay?
What aren't you getting here, Nicola? I am very happy with your brother, and I'm not doing anything to jeopardize that, so would you drop it, please? Why are you even talking about this sort of thing for? If you want to do something about that, go ahead. But I've got no intention of doing anything to betray my family.
Okay. I knew you were going to be boring when it came to this. If you're already becoming an old hag and don't have much dating experience, what's the point in being alive, Martha? Come on, think about it. And on top of that, you can't have children either, right? If it was me, I wouldn't like to live a life in misery.
Wow, Nicola, there was no need to go that far, all right? I am living the life I love in my own way. So stop hassling me about how I live my life. You really need to grow up and stop doing this to other people.
Oops. Did I hit a nerve or something? How can you act so cold towards me when all I'm doing is giving you helpful advice? I just need you to be aware about one thing. You being old and not doing what a woman is actually supposed to do is causing trouble for the family, all right?
Causing trouble? Are you kidding me right now? Look, I'm sorry, but I'm done with this conversation. I've had enough. I'm going to stop talking to you now. Hey, Mandy, are you there? Do you have a minute or two to talk? It's kind of urgent, and things are just not going good for me at the moment.
Hey, Martha. I was wondering if you had heard from Nicola today. I just got a call from her telling me she's pregnant. She didn't say anything mean to you this time, did she?
Hi, sweetie. Yeah, I heard from her today, yes. She said that she had an announcement to give me. As you can imagine, there were a lot of hurtful things said by her.
I should have known she would have said a lot of things to you. I really don't get what she has against you, Martha. I'm really sorry about this, dear. She never listens to me when I tell her to stop. As for her, she wanted to just come back to have a family, but she seems to have taken things to the extreme.
Yeah, I get what you mean, Mandy. She doesn't seem to get that some people can have children and others can't. I'm sure it's definitely better to have a child, but...
Well, I also have a problem about how this is being handled. I'm going to tell her that too. Also, it's okay for you to bite back at her too, you know? She didn't say anything too forcefully to you, did she? Because she thinks she can say whatever she wants and doesn't care about the other person's feelings.
Not really, but I thought that it was more known that it's difficult for us to have children. But maybe it's good that she doesn't know that, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Because at that point, she might start putting the blame fully on you when it comes to how you've planned your life out.
We can't do much more about that, Mandy. Things don't always work out, and that's not my fault at all. But yeah, there's no need to tell Nicola, who honestly doesn't need to be privy to that information.
Yes, of course. She'll just make the situation worse, and we don't need that kind of stress right now. But I do want to say something to her about how she speaks to you. I don't think I've ever heard her give so much hate to anyone but you, Martha. It's horrible how she treats you, and I want to teach her a lesson.
That's very true. She needs to know that she can't just say whatever pops into her head. She has no self-control over what she says to people, and it's very annoying. For her, you mean the most to her. She just attacks me for just being in your life. I hate it when she says bad things about me. I really don't know if anything we say to her will make her change what she says. I feel like the result of that isn't going to change how she interacts with me.
Well, yeah, you may be right about that. But Martha, she needs to learn to not speak to you like that. You're being too nice on her.
I know I am. I just want there to be peace amongst us all, but she's making it very difficult to do that. There's no need to make things worse than they already are. But the words that she's been saying to me lately are getting too much for me to handle. To be honest, I feel like she's trying to rip my heart out of my body.
Martha, are you being serious right now? She's been talking that badly to you? You shouldn't have to feel like that when you talk to this family. I'm really sorry about this. This has gone too far this time, and I think you know that as well. If you feel like there's nothing that can be done, I guess we need to cut ties from her.
Oh, really? You'd really go that far? Oh, thank you so much for understanding and listening to me. Just for you to say that makes me feel more at ease. I feel like a huge weight is going to be lifted off my shoulders if we do something like this. It's always so hard to talk to her, especially when she rubs stuff in my face.
That woman has had things boiling up in her for a long time, and she's just unloading everything onto you. It's not fair. I don't want to cause any more trouble either. My family and I are completely indebted to you. She was the one who eloped, and we didn't hear from her, and she's caused so much strife. Now she wants to return to the condo and have this child. I can't believe her, to be honest. She thinks everyone will just do what she says.
Well, she eloped because she wanted to be with the person she loved, but it's still hard to understand why she'd do something like that to your family. But in the end, I guess it all worked out for her since she got married and now she's going to have a baby soon. It's kind of crazy, though. Her husband gives off that criminal vibe.
Yeah. All of this is a bit complicated to me, especially being the older mother and all. She gives me the impression that she's enjoying life too much, and she'll get in trouble if she doesn't watch out. Like the other day, she was definitely having too much fun. When I held that party, she made friends with quite a few participants. I don't know about the other day. I saw her getting really cozy with some foreign guy. It's really suspicious behavior in my opinion, considering she's married.
Oh, okay, but what exactly about it is suspicious, sweetie? It was supposed to be fun, right? No harm in that, right? But what happened exactly?
Oh yes, the party itself was fun, and it was a good time for sure. I might be wrong here. It looks like there was some Spanish guy in that group, and I saw they were holding hands. With my married daughter? Like, surely I'm wrong about this, right? I was just seeing things, right? They can't have been holding hands, right?
What the heck? No way! Is that true? To be honest, I think you're right, Mandy. I'm pretty sure that happened. I'm not sure if it was that guy or not. But we don't need to dive deep into the details.
Yeah, you're right. It just seems so wrong of her to do something like that considering that she's pregnant. I was just shocked with what I saw, to be honest.
No, I don't blame you, Mandy. It's horrible to betray someone that you're married to like that. She's an adult and should know better. She's pregnant and she wants to celebrate that. But it seems wrong now.
You really do have a big heart, my dear. I'm really glad that there's someone like you in this family. Thank you for putting up with so much, even though you shouldn't. Ugh, what are we going to do? I mean, it sounds like she's going to be returning to the condo soon. So I guess I'll welcome her back and confront her about some things.
Oh my god, Martha. It's just so rude and uninviting that my sister-in-law gets to live in such a nice condo. This family doesn't need you, so please, leave.
I don't get why I should be the one who has to leave, Nicola. You turn around and say this even though I welcomed you back with open arms? I thought it was only fair to move you back in because you came back to have the baby, but I'm tired of being criticized by you day after day.
That's why I'm telling you now to get out. Our family has no use for a woman who can't bear children. It's disgusting. You do know I threw away all of your luggage, right? That room that was once yours and had all your crappy things in it is now full with my lovely and priceless things. It's my room now, so you've got nowhere to stay.
Is this some sort of sick prank? Are you seriously telling me that you threw out my things? You are forcing me out of my own condo? What is your problem, Nicola?
No problem. You just naturally don't deserve to be in this condo, Martha. You shouldn't be given so much by my mother since you've got no kids. It's going to be so nice to have this condo all to myself with my husband and my brand new baby when it arrives. I can live like a queen, and you'll both be on the streets where you belong.
I can't believe you're doing this to me. Do you know how insane this is? Did you throw out your own mother's things as well?
I'm pretty sure all I did was throw your stuff away. I made my own decision when it came to that. Even though you don't have any children, you still live in a big condo. It makes no sense to me, so that's why I want you gone. It's better to have a little crisis to deal with, Martha, so that you can think fast as to what to do.
Okay, Nicola, we've had enough of this. You've gone way too far this time. I should have expected you'd try something like this, but I'll never forgive you for it.
Oh, boo-hoo. Shut up, you old hag. I don't give a crap about how you feel about this. I just want you out. From now on, this is the condo I live in, not you. It was such a great idea for me to elope and then come back to a new home. I'm so smart. So you both need to get out now, or else.
You know, Nicola, I really don't understand you at all. Why would you do something like this to your own family? Do you know how evil you are?
Fine, I'll say it again. You're an unproductive old hag who can no longer push out a child, so there's no point in you being in our family. I don't want my baby being subjected to someone like you in this condo, so that's why I'm asking you to leave now. I don't want me or my baby to be exposed to all of your germs.
Oh, so that's how you feel about me then? I should have known after the way you've been talking to me these past few months. I get it. Good luck to you, Nicola.
If anyone needs luck right now, it's you. You're the one who's going to have to find a new condo to live in. Otherwise, you'll be on the streets.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We will no longer go anywhere near that condo. We'll no longer bother you with our presence anymore. Enjoy having it all to yourself. Goodbye.
Martha? Hey, I need your help. Please, you need to get back to the condo immediately. There's no way that I can deal with this on my own, so I really need you to come back. Please, help me.
I heard what you're dealing with from Mandy. You know, after how you've been treating me, I don't want to help you, so ask someone else. I've got nothing else to say to you.
Hey, now come on. Don't say such things. Martha, of course you should help me out. I'm your sister-in-law after all. I'm sure you heard about this home loan business from Mandy. Were you the one who was paying for it this entire time? Are you kidding me? Why didn't you say something to me before I moved back in? When the bill came, I couldn't pay for it.
Oh, yes, about that. Yeah, I was paying for the home loan, yeah. I knew that you'd message me asking for my help. So far, this is what I expected from you.
I guess so. But it's because I can't pay for the loan. And I also had no idea that you were paying for the loan. You're so kind, so I thought you would help. But I'm not in a good position to pay for any bills or big loans. Because of the way you are, I thought that you would assist since I'm in a bad position.
Huh? What do you mean? That I would help you out? I don't understand what you mean at all. To be honest, you don't understand me and how I work anymore, Nicola. You're a complete scumbag that comes nowhere near close to deserving any help from anyone. You got into this mess, so get yourself out of it.
Please, don't say things like that to me, Martha, please. I don't know what else to do right now. My head is coming up with blanks. We're the same, are we not? You understand my situation right now, don't you? You can't just leave me with no help at all. I really need some assistance, so please, just help me out.
You know, there's one thing that I've learned from this. The father of your child isn't some criminal. He's some foreigner that you met on a whim, right?
So what? This must be some kind of misunderstanding that we've got going on here. I never thought that something like this would happen.
Well, I don't think anyone would think that, considering how horrible you've been to me. I didn't know you were two-timing your husband and your side piece, Nicola. You're having a relationship with some foreigner while you're married to some criminal. It makes no sense. But I know that the father is different.
Shut up, Martha. You don't know anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never had a relationship with a foreigner before. But so what if I'm interested in them? That Spanish guy was really nice to me, and one thing led to another. Marco was so kind and sweet, and really none of this is any of your business, Martha.
Ah, so it is true. I should have known you were doing something with that Marco guy. Your mother wondered if something was going on with the two of you. When that party was going on, you two were getting really friendly and looked too close to be only friends. It was very odd to see, actually. Mandy told me that she saw you two almost snuggling up with one another. Weren't you two walking hand in hand almost all night, Nicola? Don't you know that's cheating?
Wait, what did you just say? Are you telling me that my mother saw what I was doing? You're kidding me, right? Are you sure she just wasn't seeing things?
Well, she was hoping that she was wrong, but she saw what she saw, and now from the sounds of it, it's been proven correct. There's no way she didn't see you both holding hands.
Oh, come on. Everyone makes mistakes, right? Even though I'm married, I still have an attraction for other men. It's natural. I get confused sometimes.
Not to the point that they cheat and act on those feelings. I bet all my money that the baby that you're going to have is very much not your husband's. So we took everything into our hands and told your husband what you've done. Don't you know how horrible it is to betray someone you're married to, Nicola?
How dare you? You called my husband and told him what happened? Are you crazy? Why would you do that? How could you? You're going to regret this. How did you spy on everything I did? It's none of your business. You're just jealous that I can get more men and you can't. I was having a good time and everything was going according to plan before you came into the picture and ruined it.
I don't think I'll regret doing anything to you, Nicola, considering you very much deserve everything that comes to you now. You stabbed your husband in the back. He deserved to know so that he can deal with this situation properly. I'm sick of having this conversation with you. I've got a life to live and I don't want to waste any more time with you. I hope you find some way of paying for all those bills that'll be sent to you, but at this rate, you might be kicked out of the condo for what you've done. Your mother also wants nothing to do with you after the way you've treated her items and how you've been acting towards me. You don't care about your family. All you care about is yourself. How selfish. Goodbye, Nicola. We're officially cutting ties with you from today. I really hope that baby gets an okay life even though you'll be its mother. Good luck with everything. After the conversation ended with Martha, Nicola's life completely flipped upside down. Nicola had her child, who ended up being the Spanish guy's child. He got roped into being with her, and it seems like they're raising the child while he works all hours to keep them afloat. Her delinquent husband got really mad at her once he found out about the affair. Apparently, she was asked to pay alimony to him since she cheated on him. They eventually settled everything and got divorced. Mandy was turning a blind eye to how Nicola was talking to Martha and felt really bad for it. She was completely taken aback by this incident, and so they both decided to disconnect themselves from Nicola. Naturally, Nicola got kicked out of the condo after how she tried to throw out Mandy and Martha. They were able to reclaim the condo and have promised each other to not have anything to do with Nicola anymore, even though she has a baby. They hope that Nicola will take the opportunity to think back on what she's done to them and that she'll treat people better in the future. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.